Morning routine. I woke up at 7 and opened the curtains. She brushed her teeth before breakfast. He made coffee and burned the toast. We left the apartment at 8:30. I forgot my keys on the kitchen table. They took a quick shower after their run. My brother fed the cat before school. I checked the weather on my phone. She packed her lunch in a small bag. I put on my jacket because it was cold. Workday. I answered 3 emails before the meeting. She printed the report for her manager. They discussed the new project in the office. He arrived late because the train stopped. We finished the presentation at noon. I called a client from the conference room. My boss gave me clear instructions. She fixed a mistake in the spreadsheet. We shared sandwiches in the break room. I locked my desk before I went home. School life. The teacher explained the grammar on the board. I borrowed a pencil from my classmate. She studied for the history test last night. We played basketball during the lunch break. He forgot his notebook at home. The students cleaned the classroom after art class. I raised my hand and asked a question. She wrote a short story about a dragon. They practiced pronunciation in pairs. I passed the exam with a good grade. Shopping. I bought a blue shirt at the mall. She tried on black boots in the store. We found fresh apples at the market. He paid with cash at the checkout. I asked the assistant for a smaller size. They compared 2 phones near the window. She returned the dress because it was too long. I saw a discount sign on the door. We carried heavy bags to the car. The cashier gave me a receipt.
Cooking.
I chopped onions on the wooden board. She boiled pasta in a large pot. He added salt to the soup. We baked cookies for our neighbors. I spilled tomato sauce on my apron. They grilled fish in the backyard. She washed the vegetables under cold water. I tasted the curry and smiled. He cut the bread into thick slices. We served dinner on white plates. Restaurants and cafes. I ordered a chicken sandwich at the cafe. She chose a table by the window. The waiter brought us 2 glasses of water. We shared a pizza with extra cheese. He asked for the bill after dessert. I left a tip on the small tray. They waited 20 minutes for a table. She drank hot tea from a red cup. I dropped my fork under the table. We enjoyed the music during lunch. Travel. I booked a room near the beach. She packed a small suitcase for the trip. We visited a castle on the hill. He took photos of the old bridge. They lost their map in the city center. I met a friendly guide at the station. She sent postcards to her parents. We walked along the river at sunset. He forgot his passport in the hotel safe. I bought a magnet at the souvenir shop. Public transport. I missed the bus by 2 minutes. She bought a ticket from the machine. We got off the tram near the museum. He gave his seat to an older woman. They waited on the platform in the rain. I showed my pass to the driver. The train arrived at platform 6. She read a book during the long ride. We changed trains at the central station. I left my umbrella on the subway. Health. I visited the doctor on Monday morning. She had a headache after work. He took medicine with a glass of water. We waited in the clinic for an hour. I hurt my ankle during a football game. The nurse checked my temperature. They bought vitamins at the pharmacy. She rested on the sofa all afternoon. I drank warm tea for my sore throat. He called an ambulance after the accident. Home chores. I washed the dishes after dinner. She vacuumed the carpet in the living room. He took out the rubbish before bedtime. We folded clean towels on the bed. I made the bed with fresh sheets. They cleaned the windows on Saturday. She watered the plants on the balcony. I swept the floor with a small broom. He organized the books on the shelf. We changed the light bulb in the hall. Weather and outdoors. It rained heavily during our picnic. I saw dark clouds above the park. She wore sunglasses on the sunny street. We built a snowman in the garden. He slipped on wet leaves near the gate. They flew a kite on the windy hill. I picked flowers beside the path. The sun came out after the storm. We watched lightning from the balcony. She carried an umbrella through the puddles. Friends and social life. I met my friends at the cinema. She invited her neighbors to a barbecue. We danced in the kitchen at the party. He told a funny story at dinner. They played cards on the balcony. I sent a message after the concert. She hugged her best friend at the airport. We took a group photo in the square. He apologized for arriving late. I helped my friend carry a heavy box. Family moments. My mother cooked rice for the whole family. We celebrated my grandfather's birthday at home. I babysat my little cousin on Friday. She showed old photos to her children. He drove his father to the hospital. They visited their aunt in the countryside. I taught my nephew to ride a bike. My sister cried during the wedding speech. We ate cake around the kitchen table. My parents gave me advice about money. Sports and exercise. I ran 5 kilometers in the park. She scored a goal in the last minute. We swam in the outdoor pool. He lifted weights at the gym. They cycled along the lake on Sunday. I stretched my legs before the race. She joined a yoga class after work. We watched a tennis match on TV. He broke his racket during practice. I won a medal at the school race. Entertainment. I watched a mystery film last night. She listened to a podcast on the bus. We played a board game after dinner. He read a comic book in bed. They sang karaoke at a small bar. I downloaded a new game on my tablet. She painted a landscape in her notebook. We visited an art gallery downtown. He laughed at the comedian's jokes. I bought concert tickets online. Technology. I charged my phone beside the bed. She sent the file by email. We joined a video call at 9. He forgot his password and reset it. They installed a printer in the office. I saved the document on my laptop. She clicked the wrong button on the screen. We lost the internet connection during class. He watched a tutorial on his tablet. I deleted old photos from my camera. Money and banking. I withdrew cash from the ATM. She paid the electricity bill online. We saved money for a new sofa. He lent €10 to his sister. They checked the price on the label. I lost a coin under the vending machine. She opened a bank account last year. We split the bill after lunch. He counted the coins on the counter. I received my salary on Friday. Problems and emergencies. I lost my wallet at the bus stop. She called the police after the theft. We smelled smoke in the hallway. He broke the glass door by accident. They found a lost child near the fountain. I dropped my phone in a puddle. She locked herself out of the apartment. We heard a loud crash in the street. He helped a driver after a car accident. I reported the broken streetlight to the city. Appointments. I made an appointment with the dentist. She arrived early for her interview. We canceled the meeting because of the storm. He wrote the date in his calendar. They waited outside the office door. I rescheduled my haircut for Thursday. She signed the form at the reception desk. We confirmed the time by text message. He missed his appointment at the bank. I received a reminder on my phone. Holidays and celebrations. I decorated the tree with silver lights. She wrapped a present in green paper. We watched fireworks from the bridge. He wore a costume at the street parade. They cooked a big meal for New Year's Eve. I sent birthday cards to my classmates. She lit candles on the chocolate cake. We sang songs around the table. He received a watch as a gift. I cleaned confetti from the floor. Neighborhood. I moved into a flat above the bakery. She greeted the new neighbors in the hallway. We walked to the corner shop for milk. He parked his car behind the library. They painted the fence around the playground. I heard music from the apartment next door. She found a quiet bench near the fountain. We joined a meeting at the community center. He borrowed a ladder from his neighbor. I noticed a new cafe on the main street. Pets and animals. I walked my dog around the block. She cleaned the fish tank after lunch. We saw deer near the forest path. He fed carrots to the rabbit. They adopted a kitten from the shelter. I brushed the horse before the ride. She lost her parrot in the garden. We took the puppy to the vet. He heard birds singing outside his window. I bought a red collar for the dog. Repairs and DIY. I fixed the chair with a screwdriver. She painted the bedroom wall yellow. We built a small shelf for the kitchen. He repaired the bike tire in the garage. They measured the window with a tape measure. I tightened the loose screw under the table. She replaced the broken handle on the drawer. We cleaned the tools after the project. He drilled a hole above the desk. I hung a mirror in the hallway. Community activities. I volunteered at the food bank on Saturday. She planted trees behind the school. We collected rubbish on the beach. He donated warm coats to the shelter. They organized a charity run in the park. I served soup to people at the center. She taught children a song at the library. We raised money with a cake sale. He cleaned graffiti from the bus stop. I handed out flyers in the town square. Personal achievements. I learned to bake bread during the summer. She passed her driving test on the first try. He finished his first book in English. We completed a difficult puzzle together. I cooked dinner for 10 people by myself. She gave a speech in front of her class. They saved enough money for a bicycle. I climbed a small mountain with my brother. He improved his English score last term. I made a photo album for my family.